Hi, and welcome back to C5 Basics. In a previous session, we took a look at using Google Analytics and how to add it to your site. We went to the Systems and Settings area of the dashboard. We selected Tracking Codes, and here was the area that we could paste the script that was available to us when we signed up for Google Analytics. As noted, we selected header of the page for location. Google Analytics gives your live site just a wealth of information of how your visitors are behaving. It gives you the ability to adapt your site so that it serves your users better. Today, I'd like to discuss another tool, and that's Google Webmasters. Like Google Analytics, the Webmaster tool is very valuable in the information that it can give you. However, let's take a look at the differences. Google Analytics will tell you how your visitors are reacting and what their habits are. Google Webmaster Tools will tell you how the structure of your site is set up so that you can now analyze how are people finding you? Are there ways to improve access to your site? It really gives you the back-end look on how to develop your site into something better. It'll cover site messages, search appearance, search traffic. Under queries, it'll give what terms people use to look up your site, how often it's presented to Google users, and also, once presented, how oftentimes people will react to it by clicking to your site. It includes links to your site and where they're coming from, how you're managing internal links, how search engines like Google have you indexed, what your primary keywords are, and perhaps gives you an idea of what keywords, what type of content you want to modify to attract the customer that you really want. The crawl area will show us errors. Sometimes there's none. Occasionally we can find that they're looking up a term that doesn't match your website. This gives you an opportunity to decide, are these pages to add or internal corrections to make? Statistics on how it's crawled, whether your sitemap is up to date, security issues, and of course a number of other resources. So how do we connect this site to a new account of Google Webmaster Tools? By going to google.com/webmasters, it'll bring you to a sign-in page. And again, if you've already registered with Gmail or another Google account, you can sign on using that. I'm already logged in, so now all I have to do is enter. As you can see, we have a clean slate. There are no websites connected to this account. Here's how we're going to do it. Simply, in the area offered, we'll type in the URL of our site. And it's going to ask us, how do we want to prove that we own that site and that we can connect to it? And this is the beauty of why we do Webmaster Tools after Analytics. Because the recommended method is using your Google Analytics account. Because we put the Analytics account, the tracking code in the header of our website, all we now have to do is click Verify. And look at that, all the heavy lifting's done. We are now connected to Webmaster Tools. Now, like any new service connected to your site, there's always going to be some time for it to catch up and connect. But there are a few things that I think will help you along. If we select Crawl and go down to Fetch as Google, we can now go over and select fetch. What this is doing is asking Google to essentially stop their routine and take a quick look at your site. As you can see now, the fetch is noted as complete, and we're going to ask it to be submitted to the index. I would like Google to crawl the entire site, so I'll select crawl this URL and its direct links, and go. As easy as that, you've got a step up and a head start on having your new site linked and crawled by Google. And as Google right now is the largest search engine globally, this is a great start for your new website. Also, if you've already started your sitemap.xml document, and that can be done from your dashboard, we can test that. We're going to add or test the sitemap for C5 sample site, and I'll simply type in sitemap.xml. Let's test it. Well, everything is tested out fine. My pages show up, they've been submitted, and Google says there are no errors found. Let's go back to it again, and this time, rather than just test, I'll submit. I'll refresh the page, and as you can see, my sitemap is now registered with Google. All your hard work is now available for other people to find even easier. Congratulations, your site is getting bigger. Hey, thanks for joining me. I'm Adrian, your concrete5 community liaison with Arvixe web hosting. If you have questions about today's presentation or would like to recommend a new one, please contact me at adrian.rick@arvixe.com.